everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's new makeup releases where I am going to chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced and sneak peeked, and I'm going to let you know whether or not I want to pick it up, and then you let me know down in the comments whether or not you want to pick it up. And remember, it is okay for friends to disagree about makeup and beauty. I can love something you hate, you can hate something I love. Was that the same thing? I think so, but either way, friends are always kind of respectful towards each other. And if you haven't been there before, please do consider subscribing. I upload quite a lot of videos each week. I'm gonna have another bonus video this week. There's another video coming after this one. That is what I'm trying to say. So don't forget to subscribe, but let's get into the video. So I did film this look right here. I filmed a little get ready with me where I was talking about like indie makeup and what the indie community has become compared to what I feel like it was when I started out 7 years ago. And that video will hopefully be live next week, if not next week, the week after. It's just me shopping my stash for some indie makeup. I'm toying with the idea of doing a little bit of a low buy. I did have a video about that this week. Hi, thank you for all the suggestions you were giving me. There were some really helpful suggestions that really helped me to try and figure out exactly what kind of rules I want to do, if I want to do a full year, like what I want to be up to basically. So I will update you about that once I know. Also, I have a membership on the channel. It is down below. It says join next to the subscription button. If you click there, you can see what the membership is all about. If you join, you'll be able to see all my member exclusive tutorials, both the new upcoming ones, there's another one coming next week, and the old past ones. And then I have a tier 2 and a tier 3 as well, and there we will do member exclusive lives. I am trying to do a member exclusive Zoom call for this week. I will put a link about that in the description box for tier 2 and tier 3 members. I am still toying around exactly with how I want to do it, but I know a lot of you were asking for that. So that is what I'm going to try to do, and hopefully that will be good. Doggo is here. I will be recording it and putting it on YouTube if everything turns out the way it should be. Okay, babe, okay. I do have two palettes here that I quickly mentioned. One of them I mentioned in my vlog. It wasn't shown last week, and this is the Bard Palette. Let me actually scooch to the side. Let me scoochy. And, sir, focus. Hello? Oh, there we go. It's because I had the wrong settings in. This is the Bard Palette by Fantasy Cosmetica. This was included in the video that I had yesterday on my channel, where I basically did a what's new in indie makeup, where I showed you 4 brand new indie palettes, swatches, and also a demo with each palette. I was very proud of that video, so if you're even the slightest interested in indie releases, I would really check out that video. But this one was included, and this is the new Fantasy Cosmetica palette. It's called the Bard Palette. This is just really fun, and I love the fantasy theming so much. And if you want to see some swatches and want to hear what I think about this palette and see a look, I really did like the look. I would recommend you to check out that video. I will link it down below. This is launching on the 29th of September. I do have a code. My code is Angelica if you want to save some money. The second palette that we talked about, and I don't know if I even showed you, I don't know what I showed you. This is the Spooked Palette, and this is by Gourmande Girls Cosmetics and Duels by the Bunny. This is their collab palette. So this is the one that they did for Halloween. I think this is a really cute palette, and this is also included in that video that was yesterday. So check the link down below if you want to see some swatches and want to see my thoughts. This one, when is this one releasing? I'm not 100% sure, but this one also has not released yet. And same here, you can also use the code Angelica to save some money on this palette. But if you're even the slightest interested in any of these palettes or want to see some swatches, like I said, I would recommend you to check out the video from yesterday where I did swatches, and also with 2 other indie palettes that are new to my collection. Okay, there are some really nice things this week. Can we just agree that there's some really nice things? Let me talk about 2 things that are really tempting me right now. The doggo is here and she wants attention, so we'll see if she jumps up or if she's just sitting on the floor. One of them is the new Huda palette that's called Empowered. Remember when I said that, okay, I remember, Pepperidge Farm remembers, I said regardless of the next big palette that Huda releases, I'm gonna buy it. And then it's like she heard me and she was like, I see your challenge and I raise you an all brown palette. So, how do I feel about now when I've seen it? There is a full collection as well, but I didn't think any of the other things in the collection was fun, so let's just talk about this palette. It's $67, which I think is like a normal Huda Beauty palette price. This is coming on October 3rd. Am I just gonna like eat my own words and just buy it? Do you want to hear my thoughts about it? Because I have been pretty vocal about the fact that the smaller palettes, some are great, some are not so great, and I've never tried a big palette. I feel like it looks a little bit like the bronze palette. I don't hate this neutral palette. The only thing that makes me go, oh, I don't know, is the fact that there's no like really light neutral in it, but also maybe there is, but I just can't see it in this picture. It looks a little bit like the Natasha Nona bronze. Did I say that? I feel like I'm just on the fence about this one, whether or not I want to get it. Part of me is so curious. I don't know. Please let me know what you think. I might end up buying it regardless of what you think, but honestly, I don't know. Another thing that is really tempting me is the ABH new palette. This is the Rose Metals palette that is launching on the 26th, which is really soon. And why this is tempting me is that I really thought that the Nouveau palette was so good. Like, that was such a good palette. The quality was really good, and I'm like, so am I gonna like this one too? I don't know. I like reviewing like stuff that like I think is gonna be good. I never buy stuff where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hate this. I cannot wait to roast this. I'm not that person. I know other people will buy stuff like that because it gets you good views, but I think I'm gonna love the quality. I don't know. It's a little red. That's cute. Am I gonna hate? I don't know. I'm so indecisive. This is gonna be $55, and like I said, it's gonna be available on the 26th. If you're interested in anything that I'm talking about, if you want to see more info, you want to see some links, everything is gonna be down in the description box. I don't know. Let's talk about another thing. Oh my lord. I'm telling you, the holiday releases are really getting me this year. Okay, this is from Pat McGrath, and she's releasing the Celestial Nirvana, and when she was showing the packages and it was pink, I was like, go ahead, Pat, give us nothing. But then she's giving us colorful mattes. And I kind of am interested in that. I don't want to buy the cheek palettes. I never use the cheek palette that I have from her at all. I've never tried any of her lipsticks. I don't know if I want to try that, but that big palette, I am intrigued by that. I do like the cheek palettes that like they're, I don't know how I feel about the big rectangle on the side though. I get that that is a highlighter, but it's like, wouldn't it have been better with just 3 blushes and 1 highlighter? Because that just looks a little airport makeup. Do love the 5 pans. They're all neutrals though, and they're 4 shimmers and a matte, I think, and that's definitely not my thing. There is a single highlighter, a single blush, and then there are some lippies. They all look beautiful, but I'm just like, I don't want to buy a lot of stuff. And I also don't think I want to buy from the Pat McGrath website because I had the worst luck buying from her website. So maybe I'll wait until it gets to Sephora either way. But yeah, I don't know. That palette looks beautiful, doesn't it? And it's colorful mattes. What we have been waiting for from Pat McGrath. Do I need it? I might need it. Oh, it's so hard. ColourPop is coming back with a collab with Hocus Pocus, and this is with Hocus Pocus 2. I think the movie is releasing in a week. I think it's coming to Netflix, right? I'm intrigued to see it. I don't even love the first movie, I'm gonna be honest. I think you have to have some kind of a childhood nostalgia to really like love these movies, because I don't love it. I think it's meant for kids, and I saw it as an adult. I think it explains everything. But I love the whole idea of this collection and doing it with Hocus Pocus 2. I love the front with the black and the gold and then the colorful characters. I love that. I haven't seen 2. You haven't seen the second Hocus Pocus probably either when you're watching this. I don't know if the colors are in the movie, but I kind of like it. It's colorful, it's orange and lime green and some like cooler toned neutrals and then some purples. There is a black glittery gloss. I think it's a green highlighter. I think the items are fun. ColourPop did say that they were sending this to me, so I'm hoping it. I unfortunately do not, for some reason, ColourPop PR does not reach me before it releases. So if I'm lucky, I'll get it tonight. I'm filming this on a Thursday, and then I can have it up later on Friday. But yeah, I will have something up with this once I have it, because I think that this looks like a fun, colorful, but still Halloween-y release, and I'm excited to try it out. I do have a code with ColourPop. My code is Angelica, and you can get some money off your order at ColourPop. I'll put that down below as well. This collection is available now, and I did look, like when I'm filming this, it launched just like 20 minutes ago, and it seems like it didn't sell out straight away at least, so that's good. And they also did relaunch the collection that they had, was that last year with Hocus Pocus? The one with the purple packaging? I think that one is also back in stock. I want to quickly mention this one. This says that something new is coming. Biggest reveal is happening this week, and this is from GlamLite, and they're having another collab. And all the things that I have seen, is this Barbie? Are they doing a collab with Barbie? I don't know. Or is it food themed? Because it's like pink, and I think she was striping her car pink. And the photo shoot that they did, it made them look like Barbies. I thought, like, what do you think it's gonna be? Maybe when you're seeing this, I've already revealed what it's gonna be. I did briefly talk to the owner, and she was very excited, and she said that she was gonna send it over to me, but she didn't want to reveal what it was. But I am super, super excited to see what this is. Something pink. I haven't seen, like, it's been a lot of blue from GlamLite. I'm excited to see something pink. I cannot wait to see what this is. An icon and a legend. If that's not, is that Barbie? Am I way out that it's like an ice cream cone that I've never heard of because it's only sold in the US? I have no idea, but I will make a video about this once I get the collection. I'm very excited. I do really like the GlamLite things. Oh, and by the way, if you were interested in that mini palette from GlamLite and the Michaela collab, that 10-pan palette, that one did restock on Thursday for the last time. So if you were interested in that one, I did let you know on my community tab and on Instagram. It's back in stock if you were wanting to get that one. Let me talk about something that I'm absolutely not getting, that I'm not even a little bit interested in. And this is the Beauty Base new big palette. This is 42 color palette in the berries. And when they released the berries and, what was it? The berries and the, what were they called? Forest? Earthy. And what was the blue one called? I don't remember, but when they were releasing those palettes, they had a small one, a medium one, and a big one. But the berries didn't have a big one for some reason, but now apparently it's here. Did anyone ask? Because I feel like it was more of us like observing. It seems like the berries do not have a mega palette. None of us were asking for it. Like, it's not like we were, oh, please give us a big 42 color palette with only pinks and berries. Like, we weren't asking for it. We were just observing that you didn't have that. I will say that these 16-pan palettes, awesome. Could not recommend them enough. These 42, like, you don't need this. Look at me. Let's be honest. You don't need this. This isn't what you need. You don't need 42 colors. You're okay with just the 9 or the 16. Everybody calm down. Don't get ahead of yourself. This isn't needed, okay? Speaking of Beauty Bay though, they did sneak peek that they're coming out with a new palette, and I will say this one looks very intriguing because it's another one of those 20-pan palettes that they usually have once a year. And I'm just like, what is this color story going to be? I can see that one of the shades is called Slime, which makes me think green. Plasma is one. Spaced, Algorithm, Source, Code. I don't know. I will talk more about this probably next week once we've been able to see what it is. But if it is a really interesting color story, I might pick it up because I have finally come around to like the Beauty Bay formula. It took me a little bit, but it's just that I was stubborn and I wanted to work with the shadows the way that I wanted to work with them. And they do need, at least for me, to make them work the way that I want them to work, I need to always start with the darkest and blend out with the lightest. But eventually, like, here's the thing. That's how I like to do my eyeshadow now. I rarely start with the lightest color. And when I realized that, why does it matter? That is my preferred way of doing my eyeshadow. Then I realized that these palettes are actually really good. So I've been a little stubborn. I'm excited about this one, in case you couldn't tell. Another thing that I'm not interested in at all, actually, I'm a little bit surprised because I really like the Charlotte Tilbury cheek products, but I'm just not at all interested in these cheek palettes. There is no way that I don't own anything so similar to this. Like, these do not fill any kind of space in my collection. It's 2 matte blushes and 2 highlighters. I don't need that. I don't need that, and maybe you don't either. Just because it's a pretty palette, just because it's a pretty embossing, I don't need this. I'm not going to make a dedicated video on this, and I'm surely not going to watch somebody else's, sorry if you did one, dedicated video. It's a cheek palette. So no, this isn't for me. The other ones are single shadows in beige, and gold, and that's absolutely not what I'm... Firm no. When are these available? Coming soon. I'll link down below where you'll be able to get them, but this is an easy pass for me. Another easy pass for me, and this is straight up mystifying. Why do celebrities think we want them to release skincare brands? Who let them know about that? I'm not mad, I just have questions. Because now both Travis Barker and Brad Pitt are releasing skincare brands, and I'm like, why? Never, ever, ever have I heard a conversation where someone's like, oh, love Travis Barker's skin. I wonder what skincare routine he has. That's not a thing. Whoever told him that is lying. Same with Brad Pitt. Why are we releasing skincare? I don't understand. Other than one of them married into the Kardashians, so I guess obligatory part of the contract is you have to start at least one brand that makes no sense whatsoever to your persona within the first year of marriage. I'm sure that's a line in the contract. Brad Pitt, I have no idea. Have you seen the prices, by the way? Because I thought that the Barker Wellness... Why did that sound like a skincare brand for dogs? Sorry. Because the Daily Moisturizer is $85. Eye Serum $130. And I thought that was expensive. But like the Brad Pitt serum is like $300 or something. Or $250. Like, absolutely mystifying. Mystifying. Like, we're not in the same universe. It's not that we're not in the same tax bracket. We're not in the same reality. No one asked for this. Please make it stop. I love brushes as much as the next person. I actually really love brushes, and you keep asking me about my favorite brushes and can I do videos about my favorite brushes and stuff like that, and I would love to incorporate that, but it's hard. It is really hard. I'll get back to you on that one. And I love brushes as much as the next person, but I will say that this Spectrum collection with Ash K Home frightens me a bit because it is 30 pieces. And I realize that if you have 0 brushes and you buy that, you probably have a good range of brushes. And she's a professional makeup artist, so the brushes are probably great, but it's like 30 brushes in one go is just too much. That's too much. I think that you should break it down a little. Of course you should have the full bundle as well, but the 30 brushes are $250, and the PR box with the canister bag and a selection of 6 singles, doubles for your toolkit, that's $330. And again, if you are just out of makeup school and you need brushes, absolutely get this, definitely. But if you're just like me and you just love makeup and you love makeup brushes, there is no way in hell that you need 30 new brushes in your collection. Don't look at me like that. We all know that you don't need 30 new brushes. So I kind of wish that this had been broken down in like bundles of 7 or 8, or like the perfect blending kit for eyes, the perfect sculpting kit. Like, I just feel like 30 is a chunk. That's a commitment. That's a commitment and a half. And 250, I bet they're amazing, but that's just too much money all in once. And brushes are expensive, and if you want to get good brushes, they're usually 9 times out of 10 a little bit more expensive, but I'm just not down for that, sorry. M Cosmetics has come up with new shades, new formula, and new packaging of the Color Drop serum blushes. These have just divided the makeup community like Moses the Red Sea, supposedly. This has just been one of those products that people actually either love it or hate it. And people seem to have been agreeing on, though, that the packaging was kind of faulty. I've heard some people being like, it's so dewy, it's so wearable, it's so lovely and natural on the cheeks. And some people are just like, it's not even there. It's just sticky and you can't even see the color on the cheeks. So it seems to be like dividing the makeup community into like, do we love it? Do we not love it? But there are 2 new shades that are coming out. It is a warm terracotta called Autumn Sky. And then there is a toasted pomegranate that is called Forbidden Fruit. Both of those sound really, really beautiful. These are available now. I don't think I'm picking any of them up right now, but I'm happy to see that a brand is taking in constructive feedback and just at least reworking their packaging a little bit, because I think there was a little bit of a consensus going around that the packaging was kind of bad. Makeup Revolution is having, I think they had a collection with the Grinch last year, but now they're doing an advent calendar that's themed around the Grinch. I don't hate this. So many people love advent calendars around Christmas. I'm not that person. Definitely not that person. I don't hate that they're doing one with the Grinch. I think this is a 12-day calendar where you either open it the 12 last days of Christmas or you open one every other day until Christmas. Like, you can decide for yourself. They're like headbands and like makeup items. I don't hate this. I actually think that this is kind of cute, and it's a cute way of doing something with the franchise that is making a product that a lot of people love, advent calendars, with a franchise that a lot of people really love. And I don't hate this. Am I gonna buy it? Absolutely not, but I don't hate it. We also saw some sneak peeks from Half Magic. They're coming out with single shadows in a compostable and recyclable packaging where you can pop out the eyeshadows if you don't want to have them in the single, and you can put them in the magnetic pan. I think this is a cool idea depending on what kind of shades they come out with, because if this is just going to be standard, I don't think that though with Half Magic, but if you're going to do single shadows, you're either going to have to be compatible when it comes to pricing, or you're going to have really cool colors. Depending on, like, just based on what I see here, there is at least a matte blue in here, but I'm excited to see what this is, because I feel like this could be a flip or a flop depending on what they do with this concept. I do enjoy the fact that they're doing it in a packaging where if you only want to buy one eyeshadow, you can actually store it in the packaging. But if you want to buy more, or if you want to add to your collection, you can. So I like that. I don't know when this is coming, but we'll talk more about this once we know more and once we've seen more colors. I know that we talk about a lot of weird collabs on my channel, but I feel like this one is somewhat the weirdest collab product that I've ever seen. So this is, of course, Hipdots. Like, what? Who else? This is Hipdot and Care Bears, and this is a Icon sculptured pigments. The eyeshadow is the bear. So you have to rub your finger on the bear like Aladdin with his lamp to get some on your... I'm not caressing a bear to get some pigment on my eyes. No! This is a collector piece. This is not for the makeup. Unless you are collecting Care Bear stuff, I do not want to see you spend or waste your money on this. I'm watching you. For Halloween, KVD Beauty is coming back with the Black Briar Everlasting Liquid shade, and this is what formerly was known as Witches. So this is their matte black liquid lipstick. I think it is a perfect timing to bring it back now for Halloween. A lot of people really loved that there was a black liquid lipstick that you can go and just buy at Sephora and now at Ulta as well. So I think it's really smart of them to bring it back. I don't know if this is limited edition for Halloween or not. It does come in a limited edition packaging, at least for this time. So we'll see if they're actually keeping it or not. There are some other things in this like limited edition collection as well. A couple of those cream eyeshadows and stuff. None of those look super interesting, but I am excited to see that they're bringing back their black liquid lipstick, because I do think that there is a market out there for people that are looking for more unconventional shades, and it is nice to see that you actually can walk into a Sephora or an Ulta and find a shade like that. These dropped just after I filmed my video last week, and this is from About Face, and this is a vinyl effect eye gloss and a 1994 voluminizing mascara. I don't care about mascaras. it's not my thing. The eyegloss seems very interesting. It's described as a glistening lacquered gloss that delivers an ultra-soothing glass-like shine to eyelids for a fresh, dewy look. It can also be combined as a topper with other liquid eye pigments. And since they say that this can be combined, I wonder if it's made in a way where it will not start dissolving whatever is underneath, because I feel like that's the problem when you use something that's a little oil-based on top of your eyeshadow. It will start dissolving the eyeshadow and eventually you'll just have a goopy mess. But if this is just gonna layer as like a glossy layer on top without disrupting what's underneath, I feel like that could be really cool. Do I need a glossy eye look? Not really. I'm not against trying it, but it's not like I'm jumping on the opportunity to purchase it. There are even more holiday things from Too Faced. You're getting this jumbled collage kind of a pick. Usually Too Faced and Tarte will have a holiday collection for Ulta, and then they will have a holiday collection for Sephora, like different things on different sites. These are just smaller palettes. I honestly don't hate the idea of some smaller palettes. Some of these I've showed before. They're also coming out, and you see it in this collage here, but it's like very, very small. But there is a trio, like an ice cream trio with the balms, the liquid balms, and it is in 3 different flavors, and they're in minis, and I wanted to buy it, but it was out of stock. I don't know if they didn't stock it yet, or if it was, I don't know, but it was 2 limited edition flavors, and then it was the mini of the Cocoa Kiss. So it was a strawberry, vanilla, and cocoa, so it's like a Neapolitan ice cream. I thought that was genius. The minis of the balms, because those are so good. I just bought another one myself. I honestly thought that that was so cool, and also to have limited edition flavors and scents and like colors in there. I really like that idea. I think that's the best thing that I've seen from Too Faced Holiday, if I'm gonna be honest. If you click the link down below, you'll be able to find it. Let's talk about these things from Unearthly Cosmetics. The pre-sale for these are open right now, and this is the Halloween collection this year, and it's 4 different palettes based on 4 different Halloween themed movies. And I got a mail from Unearthly Cosmetics basically saying that for the people on the PR list, you can pick a palette and she would send it to you. I don't remember what I picked. I don't remember what I picked, but I did pick one palette. I do know that I picked one of the smaller palettes. That I do know, and I have a code with Unearthly Cosmetics as well, and my code is Angelica, and I will try and feature this palette in an upcoming video somehow. I am excited to try it out. I really do like Unearthly Cosmetics. I mean, I'm wearing Unearthly Cosmetics eyeshadows on my eyes today. I don't know if I said that, but if you're interested in anything that I have on my face right now, even though the Get Ready With Me is coming next week, I will have a pinned comment down below where you can find all the things that are on my face. And yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm gonna try it out. It ships on the 1st of October. And the pre-order is open now. I will link it down below. Okay, let's end with one thing that I actually don't hate. And I feel like this is also dividing the community a bit. And this is the new Makeup Revolution and Beetlejuice collection. I honestly think that they really made an effort with this collection. And I feel like this one looks cool and on theme, and the color stories are not exactly the same kind of color stories that they keep doing again and again and again in their collections. This is something new. Do I love that the pans are oval? No. But the pans, if you look closely on the palette, the pans are oval because they're meant to be beetle shells, and they're actually legs coming out on the cardboard. I don't hate it. At least it means something. At least it is something. There is a mirror, there is a cheek palette, there is a bunch. The only critique I would have is that, once again, I feel like the collection is a little bit too large, so it makes it like hard to to grasp because there are so many items. I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 items. No, we're gonna have to get that down to be 10 at most, including the accessories. 16 is too much. There's one too many things in here, but I don't hate how it looks. Don't know about the quality though. Some people told me that they've tried some Makeup Revolution lately, and that they could taste in the air that some of the BH Cosmetics quality had been sneaking into the formula. Let me see if there's anything that I'm missing. I don't think so. Okay, let me scooch back. I think that this episode is a little shorter, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of looking forward to having a nice like snuggly afternoon with the pedos. I just want to take a half day off. So I'm sorry if you thought the episode was too short. Don't forget to check the description box for more info. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. I will have a video up on the ColourPop and Hocus Pocus 2 collection as soon as I have my grabby hands on it. And also don't forget to check the description box if you are a member of my channel tier 2 or tier 3, because there will be the info about the Zoom call that I'm gonna do. It's already been up since yesterday, but just if you missed it, because I am gonna do that on Saturday. Okay, I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!